Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Entertainment Brick Show. Today, we are doing a minifigure idea video, which I think a lot of other Lego YouTube channels have done before. It's a Lego Star Wars minifigure series that I think just needs to happen. Please, Lego, please make this real. I just kind of want to make my version of it because this kind of gives me an excuse to just say that, I personally would love to see a Lego Star Wars minifigure series. Hopefully many, a bunch of them, just maybe every other year or something like that. We get a Lego Star Wars minifigure series, kind of like how we're doing a Marvel one. In the series that I'm looking at here that I kind of made up, I made 16 figures, or didn't make, but I wrote out 16 figures, and the figures that I kind of want to see most. While I think, if they were to do a Lego Star Wars minifigure series, it would probably be just 12 minifigures, just the usual standard. Kind of like how they're doing it with Marvel. They're just doing, 12 figures based off the Disney Plus series. This is 12 figures based off of the Star Wars kind of the shows, basically. All the shows that we've gotten. So I got Boba. I have mostly Mando characters in here. I have some Boba Fett characters in here, Book of Boba. I got a Clone Wars character, Bad Batch character, Andor characters. No Kenobi, matter of fact. Yeah, no Kenobi characters, because, I don't know, I mean, besides Leia, they mostly, spoiler alert, for Kenobi, but you should have watched that because it's a good show. Well, it's alright. It's not the best, but it's okay. Leia would probably be thrown in here if there was an extra spot, but I think these characters, I'd prefer to see more than having just a young version of Leia. But I think if they actually were to make a minifigure series for Star Wars, I think they probably would include young Leia, just because they didn't include her in any of the sets of the Kenobi sets, so, yeah, I don't know, anyways. Yeah, again, like I said, this kind of gives me an excuse to just say that I want to see a Lego Star Wars minifigure series. I think that'd be really great. I think there's a lot of cool figures that they could do. So yeah, we'll just kind of get into it. I have, again, 16 figures, and we'll divide them up 8 and 8, and we'll go from there. So, starting off the list here, we have minifigure number 1, which would be the Mandalorian version of Ahsoka. I mean, I don't see why they didn't actually make this figure at all yet. I'm very surprised, to be honest with you. I mean, she appeared in Book of Boba Fett. She was in Mando. She's getting her own show. So maybe we're probably going to get that version of Ahsoka when we get Ahsoka sets, but still, I'm surprised we never got a Mandalorian version of Ahsoka. So I'm thinking, just because I think with the Ahsoka show coming out, I think we're going to get the regular version of Ahsoka that we always see in the Mandalorian, that kind of style, or that clothing design and stuff like that she wears. To make it a little bit more unique, I figured that Ahsoka in this case would have the hood from the beginning of episode 5 of Mando in season 2. The Jedi episode. I think that was episode 5. Yeah, I think that was episode 5, where she has the hood on and the robes and the cape and stuff. So it would probably be that version of Ahsoka, that version of Mando Ahsoka, and of course her accessories would be the 2 white lightsabers that she always fights with in the series, and we'll probably be getting for that version of Ahsoka in the Ahsoka show, and hopefully Lego sets for said Ahsoka show. Next figure is Migs Mayfield, Bill Burr's character from The Mandalorian. Now, there's 2 different versions. There's a couple different versions that I could have gone with here. I'm thinking more the Season 1 version, because I just think that version's way cooler. I mean, he did have the Season 2 version, where he was the prisoner, and then he also had the Stormtrooper outfit as well, which, I don't know. I mean, those were fine. They were cool designs, whatever, but I think it's more interesting. His Season 1 design is way more interesting, I think, where, he has his 2 dual blasters, and then he also has, the arm, kind of like War Machine coming off of him, off of his backpack there, or wherever he's got a little pack that has an arm on it that can hold a blaster as well. So including that, I think, would be kind of cool. It'd be a very simple build. Probably just be some sort of backpack build piece, very small kind of build with one of those droid arms that can just kind of come out and move around and stuff, and just have a blaster attached to it. I think it'll work kind of well. And again, it's kind of like a War Machine design, sort of, but except with a blaster. So yeah, season one design of Migs Mayfield. Don't really want a Season 2 design because it's just a Stormtrooper outfit, so I'm very fine with skipping that version. Next, number 3 here is the Client. I forget who he's played by in the series, because he didn't really show up for a lot of it, but he was kind of he was a Season 1 character, And mostly, I think this character would be cool to include just because I think his accessory would be kind of cool. It would be a Moff Gideon hologram molded piece. So we've gotten hologram pieces before, where it's just kind of like the mini statue pieces in a translucent bluish kind of style. And I think that this could work here as well, with the Client having a Moff Gideon hologram translucent blue style piece. And that's kind of what he comes with. Maybe he'll come with some Beskar or something like that. I don't know. just to kind of like show that he's the client character and he's been trading Beskar to all the bounty hunters to go get the target and stuff like that. I don't know, just a thought, but it just would be that the client character. I don't remember if he had any other name. Not that I remember off the top of my head. I just remember him being the client, and I think he was credited as the client as well. So just that character from season 1 would be included. Figure number 4 here is Dr. Pershing. He's another character who has been actually kind of fairly, like, he's been in the Mandalorian TV series. Like, he's been in a pretty good amount of episodes in season 1. I mean, obviously, he was very much a side character, not background, but side character for sure. And he was in a couple of episodes in Mando season 1. He was in a couple of episodes in Mando season 2 as well. I think he was a hologram in season 2, I think, for a brief period of time. And he looks like he's going to be returning for Mando season 3 just based off the Mando season 3 trailer. So clearly he's going to come back in some sort of way. So why not include him as an actual minifigure? Because he was in so far every season of Mando. So his accessory, I think, which would be kind of interesting, would be a sleeping version of Grogu. So, I was kind of struggling to think of what accessory to give Dr. Pershing, and I was thinking of just giving him nothing, but I don't know. I just thought to make it somewhat unique, and maybe if someone really doesn't want a version of Dr. Pershing, then you can get a little extra bonus is you can get the accessory, which would just be the same Grogu model, but instead the face or the headpiece, whatever, would have closed eyes, so it looks like he's sleeping more. Because Grogu, there's scenes where Grogu is sleeping and stuff like that. Like after he went to, was it Typhon? Was that what it's called? In season 2, and then like the Dark Troopers got him, and he fell asleep, whatever, because he used the Force too much. So definitely a use for a sleeping Grogu version. And then just having him included with Dr. Pershing, I think it would work pretty well. I don't know, I just think it would work pretty well. So he's figure number 4. Figure number 5 is Cobb Vanth, character that I actually want to see in Lego really bad. He's been in Mando season 2, Book of Boba, like he's been in a couple things. I definitely want to get him as a figure at some point, and I think he would actually fit perfectly in a minifigure series because there's no particular Lego set that I think would fit with him. Just maybe not yet. I mean, obviously, I think he's going to probably appear in maybe Mando 3. I don't know if they really. I think actually no. There's been some scenes where they go back to Tatooine when they had to go get, or when they met with Peli Motto. So maybe he could come back in that episode, but I don't know. Regardless, I want to see him return in the Star Wars TV shows, and I want to see him as a Lego minifigure for sure. I think this would be his version from Book of Boba, where he's got the red sweater, or not sweater, but like the red shirt, whatever, torso, and just kind of like the no Boba armor of Cobb Vanth. He's got his hairpiece, the Timothy Oliphant face print. Again, no Boba armor. He would come with a blaster, of course, because he's the sheriff, so he's got to have some sort of weapon. And then as another accessory, he would come with a box of spice, again, representing that Book of Boba Fett scene where he had to go stop the Pikes from doing the spice trade, and then he had the box, and he kind of kicked it over and let it kind of go out into the sand. Very expensive box that he kicked over, so, yeah. It would also come with that, just kind of a box of, I don't really know how it would be translated into Lego, but maybe just kind of like a crate piece with something, with like a little 1x1 brown stud piece or something. I don't know. I don't really know how it would work, but Lego would figure it out. But anyways, that's figure number 5, Cobb Vanth. Figure number 6, Koska Reeves. I don't know why we haven't gotten a Koska Reeves figure yet. I think she would have been pretty good of a figure to include in Moff Gideon's light cruiser. I think that could have worked, but then again, they didn't include Bo-Katan in that one just because they had the Clone Wars Bo-Katan, and we are going to be getting a Mandalorian Fang fighter in this new wave of Mando sets, so maybe we will see her there. I don't know if actually Koska Reeves is going to be in Season 3. I don't think we've seen her in any trailers or anything, so it's tough to say, but we know Bo-Katan's going to be in it for sure. But yeah, Koska Reeves, she was in a couple episodes of Season 2. She was in episode 3 of Season 2, as well as the final episode, joining Bo-Katan in fighting all the stormtroopers and stuff to get to Moff Gideon. So I think she would be a cool figure to have, and she would probably appear in a minifigure series if they were to do one. She would appear here, and she would just come with her Mando blasters, come with the Mando helmet, the jetpack, and stuff. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary kind of accessories for Koska Reeves. Just the idea of having her as that figure would be good. So yeah, she would come with her Mando helmet. She would come with her face print and her hairpiece, just so you can have both versions, just kind of have both things kind of squared away. You don't need another version of Koska Reeves. Both Mando blasters, the jetpack, and then obviously just Mando armor, whatever. So yeah, Cosca Reeves. Figure number 7 here is the Magistrate from the Jedi episode of Mando season 2, the one who, spoiler alert, works for, oh my god, no, I was gonna say Grand Moff Tarkin, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Thrawn, yes, the person who works for Thrawn in the episode, the villain of episode 5 of season 2 of Mando. Um, she was kind of a cool character. I don't know, kind of cool villain character to include here. Would come with the Beskar spear, which is just a silver version of like the regular spear piece, but I think that could work pretty well there. So she would come with that, so she can kind of fight Ahsoka. And if you have Mando Ahsoka, why not include the Magistrate, the villain, to kind of have them fighting against each other? They never did make a Mando set based off of that episode, which I feel like they maybe could have, like kind of like a play set, like a comp of that compound, where you could have like Mando, Grogu, Ahsoka, the Magistrate, and then that other deputy guy who was helping with the Magistrate or whatever. And maybe even one of Thrawn's robots too. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's figure number 7, the Magistrate. Figure number 8. This could kind of go both ways. It could be based off of Book of Boba Fett, or it could be based off of Mando Season 2. And this is Boba Fett in his Tusken Raider outfit when he was an honorary Tusken Raider. He would come with a gaffy stick because, that's a pretty common kind of, Tusken Raider thing to include. So he would have that, and he would just, be regular kind of bald Tamora Morrison headpiece. Have the Tusken Raider robes, the black Tusken Raider robes, because we haven't gotten a version of that figure that I remember. No, because it was all just like the Mando armor version of that figure from the what is it? The slave the fire spray gunship, Boba's fire spray gunship, the miniature version. I can't speak today, clearly. I'm recording this in the morning, so maybe that's why. But it's the mini version of Boba Fett's fire spray gunship. It was like $50, came with Mando, came with Boba, and that Boba had the Tusken Raider outfit, but it had the armor on top of it. So I'm saying get rid of that armor piece on top of it and just have the regular Tusken Raider Boba. Maybe he even comes with a hood as well. Would be kind of cool because he did kind of wear a hood in a couple scenes, and then he would come with the Gavi stick. So there you go. There's Boba. Figure number 9 is a character who seems like he'll be coming back. He'll returning for Mando Season 3, and that is Captain Carson Teva. He was a pretty cool character. He was introduced in season... I want to say season 2, but he may have been in season 1. I think he was in season 1. Also, I think. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I don't remember. I know he was in Boba as well. He was in the Mando episodes of Boba. So he's coming back from Mando 3 because there was some scenes of Mando and him talking, it looked like, in the trailers. But he seems like he'd be kind of an important character because he's kind of running the New Republic. It kind of sort of seems like, he seems like a higher up on the New Republic scale here. So Captain Carson Teva will be in his X-Wing outfit, his X-Wing pilot outfit. I know he has a different version of that character in season 3, it looks like. He has like some robes on or something. But it would be his kind of his X-Wing outfit version. And he would probably come with a blaster, just comes on some sort of small blaster piece, as well as a New Republic pin piece as well to kind of just... I don't really know how it would be translated into Lego. It would probably just be like some sort of like pole that kind of comes out for the minifigure to grab onto. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe it would be kind of like a how they do like the butterfly pieces. And instead, it would just be like the New Republic design, and it would just kind of like you can help minifigure just kind of hold it in his hands. Maybe that's what I could do. Yeah, maybe that's how it would work instead, and you would just come with like a small blaster as well. But yeah, Captain Carson Teva, he would be included, of course. He would probably have like the X-Wing helmet as well as a hairpiece because he does kind of have he has scenes where he has the helmet on and when he has his helmet off. So both those pieces can be included here. Again, blaster, New Republic pin. So there you go, Captain Carson Teva, number 9. Figure number 10, Axe Woves, another one of Bo-Katan's Mandalorian characters here. Same thing as Cosca Reeves. He wasn't ever included in a set. I feel like he maybe could have been included in a set maybe somewhere. But although I don't think they ever made a set based off episode 3 of Mando in season 2. So maybe that's why. And he didn't appear for the finale of season 2. So I guess, I think Cosca Reeves would be a character that I want to see more than Axe Woves, but regardless, I think he was still kind of a cool character, another Mando character to have here. Same thing with Cosca Reeves. He would come with a face print and a hairpiece, as well as the Mando helmet, and of course the regular Mando armor, come with the jetpack, come with the Mando blasters, and that's really all you need for Axe Woves, but, just another Mando character to have go alongside Bo-Katan. If you didn't get Bo-Katan, Bo-Katan is in a Clone Wars, so far is in a Clone Wars set, most recently was in a Clone Wars set in 2020, was it? Was it 2020? Man, I think it was 2020, or maybe it was 2021, I don't remember exactly, but she was in a Mandalorian Fang fighter that came with, like, Gar Saxon, a Mandalorian, like, fighter character, and then Bo-Katan herself, so you can have Bo-Katan, and they're probably going to remake Bo-Katan for the new Mando Fang fighter. That's going to be from Mando Season 3. So there's going to be different versions to get Bo-Katan, different ways to get Bo-Katan. Now I want to have Koska Reeves and Axwove standing like right next to her, like whenever I display them on my shelf. So, yeah, Axwove's figure number 10. Figure number 11 is going to be now it's all the Mando characters. All the Mando characters. That's all the Mando characters. Then we got 6 characters from other stuff. So, figure number 11 is the Tusken Warrior, which was the black outfitted Tusken Warrior with the black hood, and I think it had like a red scarf or something on it as well. This was a character from Book of Boba Fett who supposedly died, but also probably not, maybe not, just because we never actually saw this character die when they went back to the Tusken village and they kind of showed it burned down. They showed, like the leader of the Tusken village was killed, but we never saw like the kid Tusken or this other Tusken who was like training Boba Fett how to use a gaffy stick. And they were a pretty cool character. It was a pretty cool looking Tusken Raider. So have this Tusken Warrior be a minifigure. I personally just want this minifigure because I thought this character was really cool. So have him come with a gaffy stick, just like Tusken Boba. So it'll be two different. We got some Tusken Raider representation in here. We got 2 different Tusken Warrior characters. And, yeah, that's figure number 11 is the Tusken Warrior from Book of Boba Fett. Figure number 12, figure that I'm surprised we haven't gotten yet in LEGO, and I don't know why we haven't, and that is Black Chrysanthemum. Such a cool Wookiee character, probably one of the better parts of the Book of Boba Fett series, and I hope he returns for, I don't know, what could he kind of appear in? I don't think he's going to be in Mando, I don't think he's going to be in Ahsoka, I don't really see him in any other kind of show, but hopefully he returns regardless. Maybe he could be like in like maybe he could be in an episode of the Bad Batch or something, and he could be like a bounty hunter that like goes after Omega or something. I don't know. I don't really know, but have him appear somewhere. Have him return. He was a cool character in Boba, and again, he was probably one of the better parts of Boba. But I want a Lego minifigure of this character, Black Chrysanthemum here. He can come with a giant, buildable blaster, whatever he's got. He's got his giant blaster that he kind of walks up with, and why not include that as just it's an accessory? Make it a very simple kind of accessory, but just having the Black Chrysanthemum minifigure, we already got him in a Book of Boba Fett DLC pack for the Skywalker Saga, so they could definitely make him. Like, there's no excuse not to make him. It's just, why aren't you? Like, what's the problem there? Why aren't we doing this figure? He was a really cool character, and I want him as a figure. I want to display him with my Boba Fett setup. So have him in there, and then we have figure number 13. We're getting to the Andor stuff here. There's only a couple Andor figures that I really want to see because there was that Andor set that already kind of came out. Had Andor in it, Luthen Rael, and Cyril Karn. So those characters are already kind of taken care of. So now all I want is figure number 13 here is Dedra Meero. Just have her come with a clipboard. Should be kind of a boring figure, but just to kind of round out the Andor series of main characters, just include her. Just throw her in. Again, she's probably gonna be kind of a boring character to get here, but I'm sure Dedra Meero has fans out there. I guess probably. And then the other character, number 14, is Bix Colleen. Bix from Andor, of course. She would just probably come with like a wrench or something. I don't know. Another character that's, maybe not as exciting as maybe getting like a clone trooper or something like that, but just to kind of round out the Andor character, the Andor cast here, just include these characters, get them out of the way. There you go. Figure number 15 is Crosshair from the Bad Batch in his Bad Batch outfit. Now, we do have a version of Crosshair, which is his Imperial outfit, but we never actually got like regular Bad Batch Crosshair from the Clone Wars Season 7 episodes, basically. So Crosshair would come with a sniper, he would come with like a backpack piece, and then it would just be his design from the Clone Wars Season 7 as well as the beginning of the Bad Batch, where he was, in full Bad Batch kind of styled armor, and not the Imperial armor that we see him in today, so he would be included in here just because I want that version of Crosshair to round out my Bad Batch, if I ever wanted to do a mixture of Clone Wars and Bad Batch stuff. Hoping we get more Bad Batch sets, by the way, for Season 2. I hope we get maybe in a summer wave we get 1 or 2 sets based off of Season 2. Although I haven't really been enjoying Season 2 as much as Season 1. But anyways, I still want sets for it. Figure number 16, Lieutenant Jesse from Clone Wars Season 7. This is the final figure. He'll come with dual blasters, the 2 blasters. I want this figure really bad because I loved Season 7 of Clone... Well, I loved the last arc of Season 7 of Clone Wars, as I think many of us did. And I want to see Lieutenant Jesse as a minifigure. I want to get him because I know I could have probably put like Phase 2 Rex here, but I feel like I'm going to get a Phase 2 Rex coming soon just because of some of the hints with LEGO recently. So, Lieutenant Jesse, for sure. Definitely want to see him as a minifigure in this series, just to kind of round out my Clone Wars collection here. Well, not my, round out, but get some Clone Wars Season 7 representation here, and have Lieutenant Jesse be a character in this series. But there you have it. That's kind of the whole series. That's all 16 figures that I wanted to throw in here. So there you all have it. Those are my ideas for 16 minifigures they could do for LEGO Star Wars minifigure series. There's tons and tons of options for minifigures in a LEGO Star Wars minifigure series. Why they're not making a LEGO Star Wars minifigure series, I really don't know. I kind of wish they would, just because there's so many possibilities and there's so many characters that you could just kind of get that maybe wouldn't belong in a set but could really work here. For example, Cobb Vanth, I feel like Crosshair in this Bad Batch outfit. There's some stuff you could do there, So I definitely want to see a LEGO Star Wars minifigure series at some point. And this is just kind of me saying that I want to see that. So, yeah, there you have it. If you enjoyed that video, do the common YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.